So I'm ready to put the finishing touches on this piece. You can see I've been working on it. I put the lamp in. I used grays, these cool grays. Not like, ooh, wow, those are so cool, but they're cool in that they have a bluish tint. So I used these three plus some black for highlight to do the lamp post. I am working on, whoopsie daisy, this type here. So I'm going to start with that. I'm going to lay this down and then put this on top. This was kind of sliding and the paper towel holds it. So I've got a little green on this, so I've got to wipe that off. Just paper towel. So basically what I did for this lamp, this word lamp, is I did what I've got here. I took a dark line around here, and then with the darker gray, and then as you can see here, and then I came in with the white on the small lettering and just rubbing it around. I could blend that so it looks better. And then just kind of run that on around. And if it's not exactly what I want, I can come in with some of this gray. And work on that. So basically just trying to soften it up. Now the word lamp, I've already done this over here. I used the dark chalk of the cool gray, and then the medium, and then the light to bring in, to blend this area. What I'm doing now is I'm running over it with some white, smoothing and building a highlight. And again, if I feel like it's too light, I'll run up there with a line. I can always come back in with a little more of the darker pencil, but I feel like I've taken it too far. Here's that light gray. Okay. A little more on this one, just to give these letters some dimension. When I have words as part of artwork, sometimes I just leave them dark or a solid color. But then other times when it's a big enough open area like this, I like to give it some dimension. So that's basically shading light to dark. These pencils, it's easy to put the white on top. So that's what I'm doing. So that little snail up there. Yeah. Now if I wanted to, I could do like I did with the lamp post and add a little bit of the dark, where's my dark charcoal? There's my medium. I thought I had a darker one. That's the black. My daughter was down here playing with these too, so maybe she picked one up, but that's okay. Sharpening. Oh, there it is. It's over on this side. There's the medium. Now, let me get this darker one here. And I'm going to put just a tad bit more through here, and then I think that'll, I feel like I lightened some of this too much, where it doesn't really match what I did with the other letters. Some of this can get tough because I've got it, I need to kind of have my hand over here to go down that angle. So I'm resting it off the camera on some pencils actually to keep my hand off the area, but I like that. I could, like I said, these areas of detail, I came in with the black. I could do that on here too. I could just come in with a bit of black. Haven't decided I need to do that. I might yet. I'll look at it on a photo and see if I think that word lamp needs to pop a bit more. If it, I'm kind of feeling like it does. I'm just going to very lightly maybe put some of this. Give this, almost make it look like it's standing up. Give it a little bit of a shadow. Got to keep it fairly sharp though to do these little thin lines. There. Especially where it kind of comes around here on this path. That's kind of fat. Don't like that so much. That'll be all right though. Okay, I'm going to take my lightest green, kind of blend that a little more. So yeah, I've worked through the path. I'm going to pull this out so you can see the whole thing. I've worked in some grass. This and these letters here, I need to darken with my fattest Micron pen, and I left that upstairs when I came down. My knee is bothering me, so I'm not gonna try to pop up there, but you'll see that on a finished photo. You'll see, so this is just kind of being scritchy and maybe going off so it doesn't look like there's only grass growing around the edges, but that it's got that texture all the way back in there. And I'll do like a variety of colors to get it back in there. And then this black will go over top of it. So let me put a little bit back in there so it doesn't just go away because there's a letter over it, right? So that's the technique of doing that. Again, I won't bore you with the time doing all of it, but I do rotate between the lighter and darker of this mossy green, just to kind of give it a natural look. It's not all going to be exactly the same color necessarily, depending on the vegetation. I mean, if it was a perfectly manicured lawn, maybe it would be. Another thing I did with this darker green and this dark green as well is I came in and added some shading underneath that lamp post area down in here and under these leaves, and even back in here, because there's a cluster of leaves, it would be maybe a little more shadowy through here. And remember I said I was going to streak some yellow across there. So I need to put this in first. So there'll be one more little short video me showing you that, because I can't put that yellow in until I've done that lettering. And I need to finish this. I'm going to show you that on this video as well. But I'm just adding in shadow where I feel like it's needed. Like there should be a little shadow under this bird. And then again under this word. I should probably be doing this one after I put in the color, but I can always come back in and put a little more of this green on top. So I said I was going to do this one in kind of the oranges, rust colors. It's actually like a burnt sienna. These are all by number, not name. So I have these, this whole line through here is these colors are all similar to each other. Actually, these three go together, and then I might have doubles in here. Let's see, 645, 655, 670, 675, and 6, It's just zeros, 1400 zeros. Okay, and then there is a super pale peach, which it's 1400. It's also part of this set. So see how these all go together, and I can blend and do things, and then I can come in with, hold on, is this one in that set too? Yeah, I've got doubles of some of these. So, and then I can come back in with white too. So that's what I'm gonna use on here. I'm not gonna use all of these. I'm gonna use this darker one here, and I'm gonna use, there's my white, and I'm gonna use probably this lighter one, and I'm gonna test that out over here. So if I go with the darker, and then I add a little bit of this light one, yeah, I like the way that looks. Now, do I like the way peach looks on there? Yeah, that looks nice. Or I could test it with white. I think I'm gonna go with the peach, and I can always come in and add a little of the highlight of the white. So I'm gonna sharpen these guys so they're ready to go. Oh, that's a nice tip. Some of these it's harder to get a very long tip on because they are so chalky. They are pastel pencils, not colored pencils. So they lose their point quick. The point busts off quickly. So it is something you have to be careful with. So yeah, I'm way down here. Yeah, see the tip just popped? I'm going to basically, this part is simple. I'm just going to throw in a little outline. Around here. So this isn't that important as far as, oh, it's got to look a certain way. So it's just a line of the darker color. I'm just going to do one side of the thin line there, because if I do both sides, it'll just completely be filled. Got my hand in this position, so I'll do all the ups and downs. And then when I go back the other position, I will do the horizontals. Okay, so a single line. There. Now, come in. Oopsie daisy, lost my point again. Didn't quite get out to the edge on that, so I'm going to just go ahead and run a little color on the edge, kind of blend that out. Oh, did you see what I forgot? Forgot this. Here. Alrighty. Maybe I like these because it reminds you of coloring with chalks when you were a kid. Let me go into these. It's that lighter peach, just taking it through the center. They're very blendable. Not bad, only, I don't know. If I erase this, it's going to erase the green underneath because I didn't spray it with fixative. So we're just going to have to darken that up a bit. Okay. Did I get the lighter ones? Yes. Now you see what we're after there. This seems to be more tedious. There's not really a ton of technique. I'm just blending in these colors. I'll blow away the dust when I'm done. And then I'll come in with the lighter one on top. Now, typical colored pencils, you often have to leave the light color as the paper showing through. And you can do that on these too, but these work a little differently in that this layer on top can blend and soften and really work into that other color, which is, I think, quite beautiful. So it makes this beautiful softness. And I can look at how this letters are looking three-dimensional. And we'll take it a step further here in a minute with, now this one doesn't look as dark because I blended all that in. It needs just a swipe of this darker color to go with what I did over here. There, like that. Now look what happens. And there's some little spots through here where I went over. That's going to be okay. So I'm going to add a little bright white here and there. I hope you can see this okay, this far out of my screen. Just cleaning off that orange again. Basically trying to get that little highlight right through the middle. Pops this out and makes it look more three-dimensional. Okay, a couple spots. I'm going to sharpen this again. What I want to do is there's a few spots that are just a little uneven. Pull that in. And then get into that edge. Don't like that. There we go. And then this one, I'm not real happy with that dark line showing there. So I'll put this in. I'm rubbing the pastel towards the letter. The little rubbed edge. I just push it towards the inside. It's like I said a minute ago, if I try to erase what's up against, I gotta watch my fingers, this green, I'm gonna erase the green that's underneath. Now something I could do is come in with, and I'm gonna test it over here. This is not exactly that color, because see, this background was done with Pan Pastels, and if I don't have one of these that's the same color, it's not gonna quite look right. I do kind of like that little burst of lime green though. This is why I work with my colors out, because with all of them out, because I'm not trying to match like a photo that I'm recreating. I'm just making it look the way I think it should look in my imagination. So I can add in other colors all I want. So it just depends on the purpose and what the drawing is. If I was doing, like I said, if I was doing a portrait, I'm not gonna just go gangbusters. Now I did do a impressionistic style oil painting of a dog one time. One of my funnest projects that I've ever done for someone, and it was their dog, and it was in blue. I was given license to like exaggerate the colors. Oh, had such a good time. Big oil painting, 3 foot by 3 foot. It was fun. I think I have some videos of that. I'll have to post those. Oh yeah, don't you love this lime green, the life it adds in here? I also have come in off camera with this blue, this lighter blue, and I added a hint of that into some of these, into all of the Morning Glories, but that brightened those up. So if you're looking at it going, those flowers seem brighter than they did, they do, because I added a little bit of this to it. So I like how that turned out. I don't know. I mean, one thing I could try is adding some of this on here. That's kind of cool, actually. I have to come through and do all of them. It's a bad thing. If you try something and you like it, it'd be less dangerous if I did this after spraying the workable fix. Like if you're going to come in and play. Because what, see this too? This is where my paper towel is rubbing. I could take a paintbrush maybe and work it through there. I just need to kind of soften that bit up so you can't tell that it's a problem there. Hang on. Anyway, if I had sprayed this with Workable Fix and then came in and experimented with these colors, then I could come in and erase that off if I was like, I don't like it enough to do all of them. Because you gotta have consistency. You can't do one leaf one way and then the other's another way. So you do need to keep track of what you used from that point of view, you know? So, if you hear that distant beep, my lemon's ready. Yeah, I'm really happy with this. The only thing I feel like it's needing, and I'll do this off camera so you don't have to be bored, is it's very smooth. It's all grassy all up the path, but this area that's more textured, I feel like is still needed a little bit. So I'm gonna mess with that. And then another thing I feel like upon looking back at a little bit of a distance, I kind of feel like maybe a little more outline on this word lamp, since that's a pretty crucial word in this verse. The word light is, you know, nice with the bright yellow. So a little bit of this dark. If you're going to run it down part of the letters, you need to make sure you're like, well, where is that shadow? And if the light's coming from this way, it would be on this side. So, because the light's going to be coming from this direction. So I need to run it on the right side of each of the letters. So, it doesn't need to be the same, you know, pretty close in thickness, but I mean, it's okay if it's thick and thin, because this is a more, there, I'm liking that. Oopsie daisy. My hand went rogue. And part of that is the angle. You need to, when you're doing lettering, you gotta have a steady hand, but you've also got to give your hand the steadiness of being able to, it's the angle I'm working at. If I'm trying to draw that way, I'm not gonna be as steady as if I'm going this way. Now, back my sign painting days in college, when you were painting on a billboard, you were up on a scaffold. So you just had to do what you had to do. Okay, I think this could use a little more. There, I think that has really given that word a little more punch that I think it needed. Yes. When I say yes, it's because I looked through the camera, through the video, and I like what I'm seeing. So I think we're good on here for a little bit. I also added some of this light blue onto the bluebirds, and I'm really happy with that. So right now, all I feel like I still have to do is I need to darken this with the ink, and I'll probably save just a tiny bit of that for when I come back, and then I will show you me putting that yellow on. I'm going to spray it first with fixative. because if I hate it, I can have a little bit of leeway. So, and I might erase through that light to get some highlights. So in order to do that, I need to spray this with fixative. So I'm gonna, off camera, I'm going to put in the dark. I'm going to, actually I could do that after I spray it with fixative. I'm going to finish the grass, spray it with fixative. It'll wait a couple hours, and then I will do the last finishing touches on one last video. See you in a little while.